What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you. And oh, yeah, we got another live stream. We are bringing you fantasy news today. We got part of the Thursday crew with us. We got my man Bogard Scott free repping the GMM Network, but he's working daddy daycare.
Yeah.
All right. We got some big news to talk about, and Second Take Extra threw it out there. The exact wording. The NFL has announced Antonio Brown has been suspended without pay for the next 3 games for violating the NFLPA COVID-19 protocols. Oh, man. Now, this is wild. We thought it was bullshit, when his chef or whatever, came out with this news that he lied about his vaccination card and all that. So the one thing that I don't understand is if Aaron Rodgers lied about it too, how come Aaron Rodgers didn't get a 3-game suspension?
Because I know why. Because they're hating on the black man. I'm telling you.
I mean, man, what else is it at this point? You get caught for doing the same exact shit, and Antonio Brown gets 3 games without pay, and Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I want Aaron Rodgers to play, but I want Antonio Brown to play too.
Listen, man, it's also one of those things like they just got vendetta against like the league. They got vendetta against Antonio Brown. You know what I mean? And like he's one of those characters where he was like. He got someone like Tom Brady vouching for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Tom Brady can only hold him off for so long because Antonio Brown's a repeat offender. And it doesn't even matter what it is. He's just a habitual offender. You know what I mean?
That's true. And Chase Wellner says, shout outs to the baby.
Yeah.
And Francisco, there are 3 players involved in that, but Rodgers gets no punishment. I mean, I'm a Packers fan, but that's unfair. Totally is. Well, let's shout out everyone who's in here right now. Hollywood up in the building. Chase said, what up, dudes? Nan Daddy up in the building said, what up from Compton, California, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, Compton.
And Nan Daddy's going to keep giving me this. And I don't know, Rex Burkhead looking interesting. David, what up, bro? David P in the building. Leroy in the building said, hola. And JC Money in the building. What's going down, bro? Big BS says best fantasy show in the best show in the fantasy. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And who else up in here? T Money up in here. What up? And yeah, let's get back into this Antonio Brown news. Oh, Nick Tab up in the building. What up? Give some thoughts about Antonio Brown real quick, Bogard.
It's kind of crazy how much he makes our Tom Brady like the best quarterback in fantasy. You know what I mean? When you have for the first couple of weeks with Antonio Brown and Gronk and Godwin and Mike Evans, it's like you're not like Tom Brady is the shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then now it feels like they're such a good team in reality. They're like, we can run the ball now too. So they're just doing that. You know what I mean? And like, it's for fantasy, mind you, I can give a fuck about the Buccaneers, right? At the end of the day, for fantasy purposes, this pisses me off a lot. I got a lot of Antonio Brown. You know what I mean? I got a lot of Tom Brady in places I don't have Antonio Brown. I even have some AB TB12 stacks. And I felt really good about it, you know what I mean, to start the year. And I ain't gonna lie, those teams are fucking me. It's like Antonio Brown is like, he's the type of guy who's like, if I'm going down, I'm taking everyone with me. You know what I mean?
He's taking all of the fantasy managers with him as well.
So 3 weeks, that's this game, next game, bro. So
yeah, he's out until week, this is week 13, so 13, 14, 15. There's week 16 is the earliest he can come back.
Yeah, and then there's probably still, like, he's suspended, so it's not like he can, like, practice and then not play. He can't be around.
Yeah.
So we just don't have him for the rest of the year, in my professional opinion, right? Because, he still has an acclimation period when you get back.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be starting an Antonio Brown. They'll probably get like 40% of the snaps the first week he's back. And, and in hopes that you're, competing, for the big show and not just like some consolation prize. You feel me?
Yeah. And Tim C on Patreon, he said, do I drop AB since he just got a 3-game suspension? If you're not a playoff team, like, or if you're like fighting for the playoffs, like, you might as well drop him. The only one who I say hold them is if you're like at the top, of the top of the league right now, you're straight and you got an extra bench spot, just to let him marinate in. Other than that, if you need that spot to go pick up a waiver wire, ad, you better do it.
And she hella like staring at her reflection in the glasses. And so, she'll keep trying to get in front of my face no matter which way I go.
Hell yeah. And let's see who else. And Big BS said Rodgers used the right wording. Maybe. Yeah, Rodgers didn't have anyone coming out.
Rodgers gave him that look with them big old eyeballs. He's seen it coming from a mile away. He's like, I knew you were gonna ask me. You know what I mean? And he worded it correctly. Meanwhile, Antonio Brown, he speaks like a man who's been hit in the head a bunch of times in life. You know what I mean? Just all impulse. I bet you one day his chef was bringing him like some chicken and waffles, right? And he was like, man, you got to go get your vaccine. And he was like, hey, man, call one of your cousins, man. Get me one of them joints for like $50, right? And then he shafts him for the 50. You know what I mean?
It probably was some shit like that.
That's probably what happened, bro. And he was like, oh, yeah, amigo. Boom. He fucking narked on his ass.
What up, Antonio? Yep, AB, that's what we're talking about. AB getting that 3-game suspension. Yep.
Hey, the NFL just hit him with a bag of gummy dicks.
Live in Sports Talk with Jake said, yo, what's up, amigos? What's going down, bro? And Perry said, Bogard's kid is my first pick next year's draft.
Nice. she got the same floor and all the ceiling.
There we go. And Triple X Lex said, Rodgers didn't break the law. Antonio Brown said, fuck the system.
Hey, it's funny because Aaron Rodgers, he went the long way with what you're supposed to do, right? He went and got some doctor to approve it, right? And then, they just read doctor or physician and it just kind of gets swept up, anything. Listen, and I'm going to go back to what I said because I'm consistent, bro. They're hating on the black man, bro. They don't like, and this is also like balance to the force. You know what I mean? Like it's too much overkill for Tom Brady. You know what I mean? They're like, we need to figure out some way. I feel like this is the work of Bill Belichick.
It probably is. Like, what if Bill Belichick, like, he just has people watching Antonio Brown's house and he sees the chef coming out like all pissed, like, fuck that guy, like all this. And then they just go get in cahoots with them. They're like, hey, come here, bro. Like, what happened?
Belichick got him a green card. He was like, listen, man, come work for me. You know what I mean? He's cooking up for Belichick now. Telling them all the Antonio Brown secrets.
Jesse, what up, bro? He said Joe Rogan hooked up Rodgers with that Vax card.
Hell yeah. Hey, Joe Rogan got the line on everything, bro. He got the plug.
And Nan Daddy, straight out of Bompton, said, yo, my barber sells Vax cards for a dub. Hit me up.
See? A dub. That's like, see, here's the thing. Antonio Brown is one of those dudes that won't get new tags on his license plate. He'll like he'll be in the parking lot at Walmart and see somebody shit and like just try to cut it out. You know what I'm talking about?
Man, I swear I hate those kind of people now. Like the people that will spend like 5 days like doing some shit to like save themselves $10, or some shit like that.
And you know what's funny is like a lot of people they do know nowadays you can make an appointment at the DMV. You don't gotta wait in those motherfucking lines. You know what I mean? And then you know what I'm saying? I mean, what is that? That's some type of theft, right? That's some type of petty theft. You get caught stealing somebody's tags.
Oh yeah. It's probably got to be more than a petty theft. They don't play around with shit like that.
Bro, I remember I was in the 4th grade, and me and my homies, we saw the mailman, like, just delivering mail. We went up in there, took all the mail out, threw that shit everywhere. And then somebody saw us, and the next day at school, we got popped. And that was a federal offense, bro.
Hell yeah. And even though you were just like throwing them around or whatever, it's not like you even stole them,
Nope.
for a reason, just like messing with it. But
just good old fashioned being a dickhead as a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shouldn't have left the back door open. Oh, yeah. There you go. Big BS says, you vaxxed. Roger said, I'm immunized, AB. Yep, I am.
So he didn't lie. He just didn't tell the truth.
I mean, shit, it just depends on how you spin that.
Yeah, you know what, man? And here's another thing. They train these guys how to spin shit. Like, they don't, like, remember, I was talking about how Aaron Rodgers said they always tell you never to say no comment, right? And now he don't give a fuck. He'll just be like, no comment. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a way of being a dickhead now, right? Yeah. Antonio Brown, I bet you in all those training courses, he was just like, he had the headphones on, you know what I mean? Because he never gave a fuck. Like, as soon as they traded away or they let go of Emmanuel Sanders and Antonio Brown got a chance to really be the guy, like he snapped into diva mode immediately. And you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Most of these receivers gotta have that trait.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I worry about Devontae Adams. Like, are you just great because you're connected to Rodgers? Because he's never been no squeaky wheel. I mean, even Michael Thomas, as soon as he's like, man, I'm setting records, bro. You got to pay me. And you know what? Hey, I ain't playing. You know what? Yeah, I got the surgery. You know what I mean? Like, you look at OBJ, full diva. Never even really accomplished nothing but that catch in his career.
Yep.
Divas.
Yep. Got to be a little bit of one, I guess. And Life and Sports Talk with Jake said, hey, is all your Christmas shopping done, guys? No.
Fuck no. And I feel like I'm and you know what's crazy is last year, that was kind of there's not, if you can get any positive from quarantine, right? I guess that's what it was, because we weren't going to go see our huge Mangus Jangus family. So it's just like, I ain't going to buy nothing from nobody really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My Christmas shopping hasn't even started yet.
You know what people love? I'm going to let you in on a secret. They love money. Give them money.
There will not be one person who gets upset if you give them money. Let me tell you that.
And you know what? You want to get fancy? Put it in a big ass box. They get digging through that box and they find the money. They'll still be happy.
Oh yeah. And my man Jesse, what up, Jesse? And so Jesse, he's the new Super Draft pro coach, one out in Oregon that I told you about.
Yeah, shout out to Jesse.
He said, I'm worried about DK. I think everybody is. It's time to. I mean, we can't cut him, but we can't play him.
I'm not worried about him. Maybe for fantasy, yeah, but just in general, because he is displaying the diva trait that we all need for our receivers, right? He's getting pissed. He's getting kicked out of games, sneaking back in the game. He's yelling at Shannon Sharp on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? He's doing all kind of shit that he never used to do. He's talking about Rusty's throwing the ball. He's that squeaky wheel. And like, let's hope he get greased up. I mean, I hate it's against my Niners this week, but I see it. I feel it coming. I'm gonna keep saying it.
Remember how all that drama was happening and DK was talking shit to Russ, like on the sideline? It's funny how he started punching at fools, like, right after that happens. Like, he probably just visualized Russ's face, on their body and just started swinging.
Full Bobby Boucher. He saw the other guy's face morph in the Russ. Was like, you gotta believe, man. Just gotta believe. Believe this, Russ. Believe I'll whoop your ass, Russ. And it's funny too, because like when you go back to what Richard Sherman and them were saying, like life after Seahawks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like a Boy Scout. When you hear someone refer to you as a Boy Scout, read between the lines. They just said you're a corny ass bitch, and no one would feel safe going to war with you leading them. You know what I mean? Because he's the guy. He's the guy that's like, okay, if you're around someone for 10 years, right, and they have that same speech, and then it even it sounds better every time they deliver it. get even better at the speech, but it's still the same speech. And if the results ain't the same, ain't nobody buying into that believe bullshit, Mr. Unlimited my ass. You know what I mean?
Yep. And Vanessa, what up? Said thoughts on Hill for tonight. I have to start him. I don't have a lot of thoughts about Hill other than, I mean, for anyone who's playing him, I hope for your sake that he runs one or two of them in.
Here's my thoughts. That they would have been playing him and not Trevor Cinnamon, but Hill's been dealing with that plantar fasciitis. So, and with no Alvin Kamara, you might get your running, a couple of red zone carries where he might be able to punch it in a couple times. You know what I mean? Maybe he could hit Mark Ingram with a screen. You know what I mean? Let everybody else do the work for him because his personnel is kind of ass. Traquan Smith, Marquez Callaway, you know what I'm saying? Deontay Harris. Like at least last year he had Michael Thomas. I think there's virtually no floor for Taysom Hill if he's not running the ball. But like this should be a game script where he might get like 35 pass attempts and maybe like 12 rush attempts. And that could be like, high-end QB2 when it's all said and done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we got a question in here from Amy. What up, Amy, on Patreon? So what do you guys think about Hilliard? I need an RB and he's on a bye, so I was thinking about dropping him to stream Renfro. I mean, Hilliard's one of those guys that like maybe he could get lucky and bust off a big run like he did again, but I think the Titans are just going to be kind of trash all around. So I mean, leaving him at the end of the bench like as a little bit of depth, I'm okay with that. But I'm also okay with dropping him for Renfro if you like really need to get someone to play this week because like you need to win.
This is what I say. If you're going to do it, don't think about it and just do it now. So at least you have that 48-hour period. That way you could reclaim him on the next waiver cycle and you're not like locked out of it until he clears. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So because what would that be like? Might clear by Sunday. If you do it that way, and maybe something else happens with another one of your peeps and you can drop them, pick up Hilliard, before the game.
I mean, Hunter, if you need, at the end of the day, you're not going to get anything out of Hilliard this week. So in a vacuum, I'd say, yeah, do that. But I also like to hold on to Hilliard because the pass catching down back is valuable over there, apparently. Even if it's one big breakaway run, you know what I mean? The snaps was there.
Yep.
In a ton of negative game scripts.
Yep. All right, we're going to get to some more news and we're going to get to some more questions in here real quick. Well, actually, shout out to Francisco. We'll get to some YouTube member questions real quick. So, Francisco, I just noted that I had the best week ever last week. 46 wins, 24 losses. Looking good. Hell yeah, bro. And let's see. And Vanessa said, unless you want to start Fields or Dalton or Zach Wilson over Hill. I might. So Dalton, who do the Bears play again? They play the Cardinals. I might go Dalton over Taysom Hill. I think it's going to be Dalton who ends up playing. But yeah, I think I would go Dalton over Taysom Hill. Yeah, it's going to be rough sledding either way. Let's get to let's shout out a couple other questions real quick. Then we'll get back into this news. And Zeb, what up, Zeb? It's got to be Zeb with the tree on Facebook. Josh Jacobs, Javonte Williams, or Jamal Williams. I'm going Javonte Williams.
Yeah, let's go Javonte against the Chiefs.
Hell yeah. And so Bogard already mentioned it. Alvin Kamara is out for today's game. You playing Mark Ingram at all?
Fuck no. I just see that's me. If someone else asked me and hit the player A wasn't as good as Mark Ingram, I'd say play Mark Ingram. I just don't ever trust him. You know what I mean? And like if there's nobody to threaten down the field, like what are you gonna tell me they're gonna be like, oh my God, two high safeties, Deontay Harris is insane. You know what I mean? They're gonna stack the box. They're gonna view it as we got to stop Taysom Hill as well. So you can keep a spy. And like, that's why I did mention maybe a good screen, to Mark Ingram could be the key here. Because Mark Ingram is still like the best skill player they got right now that's going to play, but it's going to be ugly volume, man. And we've seen a big amount of examples this year where ugly volume can go awry.
I'm not playing him on Super Draft Pro. I'll tell you that much. I think I'd rather play Ty Montgomery over him.
Yeah, I mean,
both are going to be bad.
And also, here's one more important thing to note: they're going to be down both starting tackles, the Saints. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then here's another thing on the flip side: you got Lawrence from the Cowboys coming back. Who
activated off IR today, and he's going to start.
He's gonna. That's what I read. But
starting and playing a grip of snaps, that's two totally separate things.
Yeah. So I maybe being there in important packages. You know what I mean? Third down snaps, or maybe shit like that. Because pass rush situations.
Okay, and you can chime in this on Vanessa's question. She said, "I know I'm screwed. My other QB is Bridgewater." So it's between So she said, "Who would you rather start? Hill, Field / Dalton, Zach Wilson, and then Bridgewater is her other QB. So those are just for the second super flex spot." I said Dalton.
Yeah, I go Dalton because it's just like that. The Cowboys secondary is really good, and Taysom Hill don't really got. You see all the scenarios I had to make for all.
Taysom Hill's not going to score he's not going to throw for 200 yards. We're really hoping for 100 yards on the ground for him to have a really, really good game. I'm
saying, because then
if what Jameis was doing, Jameis wasn't even going over 200 that often.
Nope. If Kamara was there, I would probably have a different tune here, because then he can just dump it off to Kamara and Kamara do the rest. That's why I'm hoping maybe they hit Mark Ingram with a screen or something out of the backfield. And then here's another fun fact: Sean Payton, if they lose this game, it'll be the first time he's ever lost 5 in a row. I think it was. I read that. I was like, wow. So you know what I mean? This we might see history tonight. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Sean Payton as a head coach has ever. I think it's more than 5 in a row. How many have they lost in a row right now? 5, right? So I don't think he's ever lost more than 5 in a row.
Tell you right now, let me switch over to the standings from the schedule. They are on a 4-game losing streak. So
okay, yeah, so they
lose tonight. It's 5.
So this could be history, bad history for Sean Payton. You know what I mean? And you know what else? I'd worry about is just Taysom Hill not being able to be the dual threat. He's dealing with the plantar fasciitis. It's a pain tolerance thing. You know what I mean? And he's a young dude, so they're gonna put him out there. Man, I think one of the worst cases of plantar fasciitis I can remember was Peyton Manning. Remember, he had to miss 8 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was doing sheriff things.
Yep. Hell yeah. And let me see. And Leroy said, "I'm thinking about playing Schultz and Lamb in Super Draft Pro. Do it."
I ain't gonna lie, you're gonna need a touchdown out of Schultz. I'm not chasing last week's shit. If Cooper's back, the only, if you look at every game that Schultz is relevant, is because somebody out of the trio was missing, whether it was Gallup or Cooper or both Cooper and.
So some of the news that we got for tonight, since we're on that game right now. So Cedric, hey, Mr. Wilson is out.
Yep.
We already know that. We know Zeke's playing. We know CD's playing. Amari Cooper is going to be active, but they already came out and they said his volume of snaps is going to be limited.
Okay.
So I don't think we can expect a crazy game out of him snaps wise. I'm almost leaning towards almost not starting him because you got to get lucky with a touchdown.
Yeah, and or you're gonna be mad as fuck when he's just out there taking away what's his name? Marcus Lattimore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Marshawn Lattimore, excuse me. You know what though? I've retracted my statement. I do like Schultz then, because just thinking back right now, tight end in the past few weeks has been eating on the tight ends. The past few weeks have been averaging at least 60 yards through the air to the tight end position. You know what I mean?
So Schultz on Super Draft Pro, if you put him in as the champion, 2.7 multiplier, so almost 3 times. You throw him in as the co-champion, he's 2.25. If you throw him in there at just one of the regular spots, he's a 1.8 multiplier. So every catch, damn near counting as 2 catches.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets a touchdown, it's damn near 2 touchdowns right there. All right.
Need that.
Let's see. I think we got a question on Patreon here from a man, Will. What up, bro? Should I start Cooper tonight? Perfect timing, because I think we already talked about that in the chat and the DMs. I'm leaning off him. So he was it was between Cooper, TY, and Beasley.
TY.
Yeah, I'm switching to TY as well after hearing the more news.
Okay, this is some of the realest shit I'm ever about to say. Even if Cooper wasn't hurt and he was on a snap count, the fact that they're playing this bum ass Saints offense, if they can't keep up with them, it won't even be necessary for them to throw the ball a lot. So you could just compartmentalize it like that. Like, all right, because Cooper does have disappearing acts like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for the longest time in his career, he was considered the classic boom bust guy. He was either going to go off for a huge game or he was going to get like under 50 yards and no touchdown.
And like, I mean, I know we're going to get a bunch of Zeke or Tony. I mean, I think Zeke, I think he needs to fall in the end zone. I think he's going to get I'm still going to stand by. I think they both get a lot of touches, but like, yeah, Zeke's probably gonna need to fall in his end zone, because if he starts looking bad, and Tony Pollard, I think it might be a little bit of a high hand approach as well, because it's gonna be difficult.
Zeke's a gamble. He's a gamble today. Tell me if you agree with this. He's a gamble because in my eyes, if they go up early, they could just throw Tony P in there, let him rest a little bit, and if like Dallas just starts going away with it, they leave Tony Pasta out there. Like, there's a world we live in that Zeke only gets like maybe 2 or 3 series before the Cowboys start blowing him out.
Well, that was circling back to what I hope he gets the touchdown there, because I'm hoping Zeke is one of the initial contributors to a blowout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I hate it when there's a fantasy party and your man's he's the only one not contributing. You know what I mean?
It sucks. It sucks when shit like that is going down.
Right? I mean, and that happens a lot with this Cowboys team. Not everybody's going to eat all the time, especially if the other side of the ball isn't going to be as competitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely the opposite of paid in full. Everybody does not eat, B. All right, let's see. Who else we got here? That was the Cowboys news. Okay, for the Steelers, Joe Hayden still isn't practicing. I mean, it's looking like he might be missing his 3rd straight game here. He misses. I'm loving Bateman. Just loving Bateman.
Mm-hmm. See, right now in one of my leagues, I need a WR3. You know what I'm saying? Because I have Adams, I have Corderell, aka Corduroy, Pampin, and then I got Lamb. So my third's in Mooney right now, but I'm waiting to see if Joe Hayden's out, because then I like Bateman a lot, and I'll put him in there confidently. You know what I mean?
Not practicing on a Thursday. I mean, it ain't good.
But he's a veteran, though. That's the thing. He's a veteran, so he could even just theoretically get into the walkthrough on Saturday, and he might be a go. But they're not even saying like, "Oh, he's trending" or anything like that. So yeah, I like this for Peyton.
Yeah, it's just not, especially right now. Like, what the hell's the point of rushing him back? You know, like, I mean, where are they at? I mean, I know that they're like still kind of in it, you know, at 5-5-1, you know, they're not officially out of it, but they lose like 2 more games, like they're done.
Right.
Like, it's probably going to be a 9 and could be, I mean, it could be a 9-8 team that sneaks in, but I think you're going to need 10 wins to get that last spot in the wild card in the AFC.
Yeah, for sure. I'm on record for saying that there might even be a 10-win team that misses out, because you know they're going to lose out to a tiebreaker to another 10-win team. Like,
we lost you. Bogey's in the Matrix. Sounds like it's starting to work. Oh, there we go. We lost him. What up, Steven? Said any word on Henderson and start Boston Scott, half-point PPR. So let me look and see on the Rams injury report. Let's see here. Dang, so they don't even have it up. It's because they're on the West Coast, so the official news isn't in just yet. I'm looking to see if there's any other news on Henderson as of yet. So nothing yet as of right now on Henderson, but he's definitely trending in the wrong direction. That is for sure, trending in the wrong direction. I mean, he's got the quad injury. Those quad injuries are no joke right now, and we're seeing that they're keeping people out, a little bit longer on that. And let's see, and Boston Scott. So yeah, Boston Scott. He didn't practice today. It's for an illness. But Miles Sanders, I believe he was out there and he's talking big shit. I'm playing this week. Every single day that reporters are talking to him says, I'm gonna be out there practicing. I'm gonna be playing on Sunday. I don't think yeah, man, Miles Sanders was a full go at practice today. Boston Scott, he hasn't practiced today or yesterday. So, not saying Boston Scott won't play, but I'm leaning on the side of not starting him. Yeah, I'm leaning on not starting him. And Leroy says, good stuff here. First time tuning in. Thanks, brother. All right, let's see. And hopefully we'll get Bogard back here in a few. We'll just run through some of this news. And so for the Dolphins, anyone who's banking on Philip Lindsay, he did not practice. So at least not this week. Who knows if he's even going to touch the field, too much this week. And let's see here. DeAndre Swift, not expected to play this week. I think we all knew that. I don't even know why they came out in the new, with whatever them saying that he's probably going to play. No, what's the reason for getting him out there? And for Washington, J.D. McKissick did not practice, still in concussion protocol. And Antonio Gibson limited in practice today. He'll be good to go. We're looking for that full. We're looking for that full go tomorrow in practice. And what up, Tim C? He says, sorry if I missed it. Born Cooks or D Harris. And sorry, I think I actually missed that one. So my bad about that. And so Cooks, he did not practice today. I think I'm going to go Bourne. Just the amount of work that he's been getting, and he's been a lot of catch and run for Bourne. I really, really like that. He's becoming the yak monster over there. All right, let's see. What's next? What's some other news we got? Okay, so for the Broncos, Melvin Gordon, 50-50 to play on Sunday. He did not practice today. It is not looking good. If he doesn't practice tomorrow, he's probably not playing. I know that anybody could play, whether they practice on Friday or not. But usually those running backs, you need them at practice. The less you practice, the less you play, especially when you got a guy like Javonte Williams right there. So I hope Melvin Gordon does not play. Get him back to healthy, and let's let Javonte Williams, cook for a game. Oh, there we go. Bogey back in the building.
Yeah, my bad, but my shit just started geeking all crazy.
All good. So the news that I just talked about right now is Melvin Gordon didn't practice, and the coaches came out and said he's 50-50 for the game this week.
I made the phone call. I said, you know what? Get him out of here. Retired. As Javonte, as one of your fellow Javonte truthers, we've been waiting for this. I don't want to get too excited because they only said 50-50. That's a coin flip. But I'm a betting man. I bet this is a nice Javonte game we've been all waiting for, bro.
Oh, yeah, the 50-50.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Melvin Gordon's 51-50, bro. He's a danger to himself and others. He's gonna drive drunk right now.
And look, I don't wish injury upon anybody, but I have been telling everybody that when Melvin Gordon played on the Chargers, it was always between week 11 and week 14 that he would get hurt. I swear it was like clockwork. There was only 1 year out of the 5 years that he was there that he did not get hurt. Well, I guess the other year, the last year or whatever, when he was he held out until week 12 or whatever. So of course he's not going to get hurt between week 11 and 14.
Hey, he's a dumbass because yeah, son, I got it. Hey, it's hella funny because he legit was like, I'm about to hold out and they're gonna pay me. And it's like you're you're in the running back, you're in the position meetings with Eckler all day. You know he's dope. Like, you know what I mean? Melvin Gordon sees him, he knows he's dope. I know when he sees Javonte, he's probably like, great, it's happening again. You know what I'm saying? You can't front like you don't see this guy at practice every day and he's dope.
It's deja vu all over again, like Yogi Berra would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So it's about to be Javonte Williams season. Like I already told you guys, like even getting the 50-50 work, like he's been good. I actually like Melvin Gordon being there because, let Javonte like get close to 20 touches and still ball out. He's been good with the efficiency. We don't want him to get overworked, but
it's also
as many points as possible.
It's also a game script thing. Because if you really look at it, in the games they have to abandon the run. Melvin Gordon still makes that up in receptions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And target. How about saying even if they're not getting the receptions, it's the targets though. You know what I mean? And I just don't know what to expect with Drew Lock. Is it going to be Drew Lock or is it Teddy B?
Teddy B. I mean, they came out on Monday and they said that there's no concern about Teddy B's injury.
Okay. Well, shit. Teddy Roosevelt, like, you know what I'm saying? This is gonna be one of them divisional ones. You know what I'm saying? I think it might not be super high scoring. Plus, Mahomes don't really put up too much points against the Broncos in his history in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. This could be lower scoring and motherfucking running the ball heavy. And if there's no Melvin Gordon, bro, just don't. Yeah, I hate when we get excited for stuff like this because I hope Javonte is not one of them guys that can't handle the 25 carries and type of shit because they're gonna try. They run the ball as a collective 30 times a week.
I mean, shit. There was it was 15. No, it was 17-14 last week just for those two. So I don't know how many rush
just in their backfield. That's 31 carries. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Devin, what up, bro? Good looking on the super chat and get you marked down for that extra entry and said, what's up, yo? I got Pollard instead of Zeke and fuck my life. I hate this situation. Can't expect Pollard to run one back again. You think he outscores Zeke? I think he does outscore Zeke. I think he's going to play more snaps. And I think both of them are going to score a touchdown.
You know what? I say I agree with you wholeheartedly. And because if Zeke doesn't fall into the end zone, I think Tony P just by receptions and his workload, like you just said, it's going to be better. But you know what, man? Damn. It's just the run defense. They're the number one run defense, the Saints.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm more worried about how the conversation isn't about how we should all be excited that Lamb and perhaps Cooper is back. But Lamb in general, they're gonna throw the ball, bro. You know what I mean?
I think Lamb's getting 2. I'm calling that. He's getting 2 touches tonight. 2 touchdowns.
I hope so.
He's gonna be my He's gonna be my champion.
You know what's crazy is man, on Monday night I was in the ballpark. I had the right idea. I had Gibson in there as my champion. It should have been McKissick, in the revenge narrative. You know what I mean? Because I'm kind of off the kicker nonsense. It's really got to be 2.
It's got to be the right games.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to.
It's not just every game.
Exactly.
Yep. Because I didn't play any kickers in this past game. I already knew it wasn't going to be a kicker game.
Right.
And David, what up, bro? Said the NFL is extremely biased. Hell yeah, Rodgers goes free. Cooper was at the practice facility while still symptomatic and then travels with the team. But AB, who may be in fact vaxxed, gets suspended. And then lesson of the day, get vaxxed and pay your employees on time. Well, I mean, he didn't even have to get vaccinated, just not lying about it. I think that's what it was, because because there's players who aren't vaccinated in the NFL right now, but if they get exposed, they're out for 10 days.
He in that comment it said bias, bro. It's damn near racist. You know what I mean? Because they're always gonna look at the Cowboys. The Cowboys aren't white or black. They're the Cowboys. They're America's team, bro. They do no wrong. They'll go out of their way. Look what happened with Buddy Kaz. Did you see that shit? What happened with the dude from the Cowboys?
What was it?
This is how good Jerry Jones is, because this shit was hella quiet back in October 19th. Dude had a fucking DUI, and then the body cam footage barely came out, and he was like trying to explain. He was trying to get off by name dropping. He was like, "Well, I was with Dak and Zeke, you know what I mean, or Tony Pollard or whoever." He was dropping names, but he definitely said Dak. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, anybody other team does that, brother, it's a wrap.
Oh yeah,
it's a wrap, bro. America's team.
Yep. So it sucks. It's some bullshit. Like it, we got to take the good with the bad. But yeah, fuck them. Like we know we're all about the players. Like fuck the NFL themselves, and their stupid ass rules. Like they need to figure out how to make everything a little bit more player friendly. And I know the COVID stuff, aside, but we already know they fuck up with the way that they, with their rules and the way they discipline people and the way they handle these discipline, situations. They just need to get their shit together.
Right.
Hell yeah. And David said 100% bogey. And my man Stephen Drake's getting a super chat in. Good looking, bro. And said any Chase Edmonds, Khalil Herbert. Good to pick up any stashes. I would have to drop Sony or Boston Scott, though. So Chase Edmonds, they came out and they said that he wasn't going to be coming back at least until it's the game when they play the Rams on Monday night. So,
yep.
Actually, wait, is that next week? Actually, shit, that's week 14. Mm-hmm. We may have talked about that earlier in the week or maybe last week. I can't even remember. But if you could pick him up, like shit, I mean, pick him up.
Here's the thing. I hold on to Boston Scott. And I'd hold on to Sony. Sony Michel's like he's one of those ultimate lottery tickets. Like, I'm not saying he's like the greatest player, but it's just he'll get all the work if anything happens to Henderson. And like Henderson might go this week, so that's not I'd still hold him though. And then Boston Scott, everyone else is hurt in that backfield except for him and Gainwell, and they hate Gainwell. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm not coming off of them. Like these are guys on teams that want to run the ball. You know what I mean? You just don't let them go for like some not during this time of year. You know what I mean?
I'm letting Boston Scott go for Chase Edmonds because I think Chase Edmonds.
Oh, wait. I thought they were trying to find a replacement for Chase Edmonds. If Chase Edmonds out there.
Yeah, he said are Chase Edmonds and Khalil Herbert good pickups and stashes. So Chase Edmonds, yes. Khalil Herbert, no.
Okay, yeah, I get Chase. Yeah, hell yeah, Chase Edmonds.
Because would you have? So this is really, would you rather have Chase Edmonds over Sony or Boston Scott? And the same thing, would you rather have Khalil Herbert over Sony and Boston Scott? That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I'd rather have Sony and Edmonds because they're connected to good offenses. You know what I mean? At this time of year, and if anything happens to the other running backs, it goes the same for Chase Edmonds. I mean, James Conner's, it's phenomenal. You know what I mean? He got a bye week and he made it all this way, didn't get hurt yet. You know what I mean? So Chase Edmonds could be a guy. But also too, Chase Edmonds is good in his role. 12, 12, maybe 15 touches type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I'd rather have him because we already know he's got some standalone value. He maybe even be a flex, depending on what game it is. And if anything happens to Connor, like he's gonna have a good role down the stretch.
Yep.
So hell yeah, Steven, I'm getting you the extra entry into the Darius Leonard signed jersey giveaway.
Hey, I want to go back to what we were saying earlier. This is so funny how I never thought like Big Farm would affect the NFL. Because look at what's happened now. Now that the vaccine's a big thing, it's about your bottom line, right? Because it's always, first of all, let me rephrase that. It's always about your bottom line. And when Kaepernick was taking a knee, it hurt their bottom line, right? But then they blackball him. and to make a long story longer, when it helped their bottom line to like be against social injustice, like in the past 2 years after George Floyd, etc., like was just on a massive scale, right? And then now they're all about it. You know what I mean? They're all about,
Yeah.
and it's just, so this is what I'm saying. This is why like anybody with this vaccine shit, it's such a big deal, because now you can't. It's like what's the word? I don't want to say slavery, but it is like that. It's like like you forcing motherfuckers like, oh, you can't play unless you do this. What was it? What Kyrie Irving? They saying like because the way the state is in New York, that they said they're mandating it, so the team is, and he's like, no, I ain't doing that. You know what I mean? And then now he's not gonna get paid.
Yeah.
And see, I respect that, even though I hate him particularly. I just think he's annoying. But I respect the stance, because it's like, yo, stand on what you believe in. Most of these motherfuckers don't. Like, it's unfortunate that people get caught lying about it, like Antonio Brown, and everyone already hates him, because I bet you he didn't get the vaccine. He was like, fuck that, I ain't getting that shit. Because anybody who's smart don't want that shit in them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but not everyone had to get vaccinated, right? Is that right or wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong about that statement? Throw it in the chat if I am.
This is how they did it. This, to my knowledge, they told the teams that you guys are going to enforce it. They told the owners that and general managers and all that shit. That is them. They gotta mandate it or not. You know what I mean?
So it's up to the teams whether they make it 100% mandatory or not.
Yeah, and then like the Cowboys was one of the ones that was like, "Yo, we all gotta get it." So it's like 9, and then I think there were like 90% of them was vaccinated or something like that. You know what I mean? And to be honest, too, getting the vaccination, it really only helps these players when because they're able to go do whatever. Like, you after a game, you can go out to dinner and shit like that. Last year, you step out any activities, they'll put you on the COVID. What is it called? They'll put you in the protocol because you're out exposed.
Yeah.
And so now the vaccine's like, all right, it's cool. Live free until game time, right?
Yeah.
As long as you keep testing negative, you can keep going. But anybody who's tested positive that's been vaccinated, they never play the game anyway. You know what I mean? We've never seen that yet.
Yeah. Because everyone that's been vaccinated, that's tested positive, has usually tested positive multiple days in a row, to where at least they're out for that week no matter what.
Exactly.
Yeah. So either way, it's kind of been the same thing, whether you're vaccinated or not. And all right, for the Vikings, we got no Dalvin Cook. We already knew that he probably wasn't going to be there, even though Stefanski's making it seem like he could still play. No Anthony Barr and no Eric Kendricks. If Anthony Barr and Eric Kendricks don't play this game, I feel like you've got to fire up Jamal Williams, almost no matter what.
Hey, and then what is it called? The Super Draft. Bogey's Super Draft play on Sunday, bro. My man Jamar Jefferson, bro. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. If you're in a dynasty league or a deeper league, Jamar Jefferson, go pick him up. Gotta be a deep league though, but good, nice stash, because we've already been talking about how Swift. I mean, there's a realm of possibilities where he doesn't play the rest of the season because of this, because they're really not fighting for anything. All right, let's see. For the Raiders, no Darren Waller, no Deshaun Jackson. You better go get Foster Moreau. Okay, if you have Darren Waller, you better go get Foster Moreau so you can have someone to plug in. And if you are in need of a tight end, you better go get Foster Moreau. Who are they going up against? They're going up against the Washington football team. And always seems like every time Darren Waller doesn't play, Foster Moreau's getting a touchdown.
Yeah, because you know why, too? It's not even – I don't even think it's necessarily a system thing, too. I mean, lightweight it is, but it's more so because that's all Derek Carr want to do is throw it short. And at a big target. You know what I mean?
Yep. I'm an island boy in the building. What up, bro? And Shawnee G said if it was not mandatory, but the NFL made it known that there would be harsher rules for those who were without. Yeah, like you get any kind of like exposure to it. It's like the 10-game minimum and like all that kind of stuff. So yeah, for sure. And yep, as that helped the bottom line for sure. At least that they made their they planted their flag on one way or the other on that side
because I'm telling you, this is how big farm affects the NFL right here. Because, like, you know what I mean? Where you think big farm, you think the NFL, where you think they're getting all the vaccines from? You know what I'm saying? And at this high rate. Remember in the beginning, it's hella hard to get vaccines. Like, oh, we got like 12 vaccines left. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
In the beginning, it would be like out of vaccines.
Yeah. And now in California, I mean, well, I don't know about now, but I know maybe like over the summer and stuff, they had so many vaccines that they wanted you to get signed up that they were damn near holding the lottery for people that were getting vaccines.
They were doing raffles and shit. They're like, come to Audi and get vaccinated and enter to win a brand new car. They're really doing shit like that, bro. They were really doing shit like that, bro.
So fucking ridiculous. All right, I saved the best for last because we always got to leave some good news for last. Kyler Murray and D-Hop are expected to be back on the field this Sunday, barring any kind of setback between now and Sunday.
I like it.
Finally, versus the Bears in Chicago. Not the best matchup, but not the worst either.
On real grass too. With that, it's that long grass that everybody hates running on too. So maybe we see him more, just especially coming off the high ankle. He's probably going to shred more from the pocket, and it's going to be a heavy dose of run from the running backs. Maybe another super draft pro play. You know what I'm saying? Just throw on one of your flexes probably has the dope multipliers. Benjamin too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm an Island Boy says, but do we trust Kyler? So,
yeah.
In a 1 QB league, I mean, if you have a really good option, you got another top 5, top 6 option, I may go the other way, give Tyler one game. But if you're in the super flex league, I find it hard to believe that you got 2 better options than Kyler.
Bruh, in one of my joints, I got Rodgers, Murray, and goddamn Mac Jones. So I needed him to play. I'm like, this motherfucker better not do it to me 4 weeks in a row.
And Chase said Renfro is still a PPR machine, in my opinion. Jackson will get a few deep throws, but nothing huge. Yeah, I mean, Jackson, he's just I mean, it wasn't even like a super long throw. I mean, it was a nice catch and run that he had that last time. But yeah, he's more of a dart throw either way. But they need him to stretch the field, though. They need someone in that role. That kind of hurts everybody if they don't.
Hey, you know what? I think Rondale Moore is an interesting stash, though, because if Kyler Murray can't be running, you know what I mean? Just, these short plays, just where everything's can be, be done with the yak, bruh.
Oh, yeah.
They were doing that for, what's his name?
Yeah.
What's his name? Colton, the 6-shooter, Colt McCoy. They're doing that for him.
Yeah, because they're not giving him the freedom to tuck it and run, so they're already like calling those plays and having those routes already baked in.
But so you could stick with some from that game plan as well, because that was working. You know what I mean? Get the ball to the playmakers, and then every so often, you know what I mean? Because they're gonna keep running with Connor, they're gonna rip a play action down the field to Hopkins. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna.
JC Money's a savage. He said in Washington they were giving out free joints to get vaccinated. Probably some ditch weed.
Well, I'm not.
I'm good. I'll pass on that.
That's it. I live by if it's your waffles in the toaster, bro. He's just powering through these waffles right now. Yelling at me like he gets that from his mom, demanding.
Yeah, Noble starts getting crazy, man. I got to keep going back to that, like teaching him about please right now.
Yeah, not like my please, but he'll yell it, please. He doesn't know the concept yet. I'm like you got to sell it, bro. Like he's a shooter. He's a straight shooter.
Noble, he knows when people are watching, and he knows when to turn it on like that. Because he doesn't always ask me the way he does when he knows that I'm on a video. Yeah, I'm an Island Boy, said I would power through some waffles too if I could.
Right.
All right, we're going to get to some questions here. Rethrow your questions back in here unless you left it in the last couple minutes. I'm going to go up a little bit, but throw in your questions. Again, we got one in here from Joe Harris. He said, "What's good, guys? Would you guys play Amari Cooper tonight or pick up Josh Reynolds? Also, would you play Schultz or Logan Thomas at the tight end? Thanks."
Man, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I don't really see too much difference between Cooper and Reynolds.
Right.
You know, even though Reynolds is healthy and he'll probably be on the field a lot more than Cooper is, I don't trust Goff. You know what I mean? I'd rather busted limited Cooper with Dak throwing him the ball than Reynolds, right? But I mean, damn, it just sucks getting behind on a Monday. On a Thursday, you gotta have faith in this Cooper play. You know, I have no Cooper, so 9 times out of 10, I don't trust it, and I'm going the other direction. You know what I mean? I'm liable to say, go ahead with both the tight ends instead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing that Josh Reynolds is going for him is the previous rapport with Jared Goff. Like that's really the only thing that he has going for him. It's somewhat of a familiar face, someone who he kind of knows, you know, even though they haven't played together for a year.
It was funny. Hey, I heard when Josh Reynolds showed up, Goff's the one that picked him up, and he was crying. He was like, he was like, someone I know.
I have a friend.
They hate him over there.
Maybe that's a reason enough to start him, though. Like, man, like if that's what we're really banking on, like, so, I mean, this Josh Reynolds is high risk, high reward, but I mean, you know, if it's bros before hoes and like, you know, like they really got it like that Josh Reynolds is like his only friend in the world and everyone on the Lions hates him, he's going to pepper Josh Reynolds.
It's bad for our fantasy soul to recommend this play over at Cooper. It's just not, it's not right. But the worry is legit though. You know what I mean? Because like here, how about I'll say this. I think Reynolds probably has a better floor. So I'll just say that. Because I would hate that like because the Cowboys can come out and definitely win this game without Cooper. You know what I mean? Have him there, but he's not there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'll go Reynolds because I think they'll be in the negative game script. Fuck it. Let's go. Familiar. Jared Goff's only friend in Detroit.
Only friend in the world.
Only friend in the world. That's it. Just the only one. He's probably the one that said, hey, man, let's go sign that Josh Reynolds off the Titans practice squad. And then when he got the call, he was like, hey, man, we're signing. He was like, fuck.
So I'm an island boy. Said I could pick up Stafford, Burrow, Hill, Wentz, or just play Kyler. What do you mean you could pick up Stafford? He's available?
Yeah, Stafford. Just have him.
Yeah, like I mean, they're going against the Jaguars.
Yeah, and they're in the get right spot right here. They're gonna shred. I don't think.
Yeah, how many games haven't they lost? A couple games in a row right now.
They haven't won since October because they had a bye week and they lost 2 weeks before the bye and coming off the bye. Fuck them.
Yeah, they're on a 3-game losing streak right now. So, I mean, you could just expect for everybody to want to get right. You already know, for anyone who's played sports, you're on a little losing streak like that. Like when you get a chance, you know, to get some of your stats back that you missed out on, you know, the last couple weeks, like you're going to take full advantage of that.
Yeah, and you're going to have motherfuckers too that like might not even like they might not never like, fuck, I ain't showering until we win. Fuck, bro, hella stink, bro. You know what I mean? When that motherfucker takes a shower and he feels great. Because you know why? Then you wash off all the bad juju.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, OBJ, he's a different type of juju, bro. He stepped on the scene, killed Robert Woods right away.
Yep. Damn. No, well, they signed him after it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, OBJ's he's a powerful negative spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a second.
And Leroy said, do you like Ertz this weekend in Super Draft Pro? So Ertz is Let me see. Where's his multiplier?
I'm more concerned with how like decent my Niners have been against the tight end. You know what I mean? Because then everybody's back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless you
Arizona's going against Chicago.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Yeah.
they're really that's still the same argument. They're really good against the tight end. I think only Fairmouth has had like a decent game on them, like in my memory.
Freiermuth and Andrews. Those are the only two people this entire year that have done good against the Bears. So I'm going to say no, that I don't like Ertz this week in Super Draft Pro. Bad matchup. Let me see. Where are we at? Anna, what up? My QB on bye. Taysom Wentz, Tua, Heineke are my only options. Pick one.
Heineke.
I'm going Wentz.
Oh, Wentz is playing the Texans. That's right.
Yeah, let's go.
And it's another bounce back spot too, man. And I swear to God, Hilton's gonna at least get one, so you know Wentz is getting one. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's happening. It's gonna be a big game. All right, let's see. Robert, what up, bro? Robert Miles Jr. said pick 2 running backs on my flex: Madison, David Montgomery, Javonte Williams, Terry McLaurin. Javonte Williams and David Montgomery. And Madison in the flex. I'm sitting Terry. It's tough, but I'll sit him playing the running backs.
Who's Terry got this week?
They got the Raiders.
Oh yeah, they're gonna run all over the Raiders. Yeah, I'm with you. I agree.
Kenny, what up, Kenny? We got a drop for you here.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny! You bastard!
What up, Kenny? Said start 2, full PPR. Waddle, Ingram, Amari, Ayuk. I'm going Waddle and Ayuk.
Yep. Hell yeah. Let's get that PPR going.
Don, what up, Don? Said, hey, guys, play Judy over Cooper and Rams or Eagles. I think I'll play Judy over Cooper. Yep. And I think that I'm going Eagles against the Jets.
I'll still go to Eagles because, man, it's still Zach Wilson. I mean, because I think Trevor Lawrence is more competent, and that's a team that they'll stay with the run as much as possible.
Yep. Flacco, I mean, might change things if Flacco ends up being the one playing.
Flacco, I like it even better. Flacco's going to throw a big pick.
And let's see. Shade 721 said standard scoring Judy or Elijah Moore, also Montgomery or Pollard. I'm going Judy, and I'm going David Montgomery.
Yeah, I'm not down on Montgomery. It's just, you know, it's just I don't know what's going on there, but I'm not down on him per se.
Yeah. Bad game, but big shit's coming.
Yes. Maybe not this week, but he's a high ceiling play with remnants of a floor. He has a 10-point floor.
Oh yeah. Chris G, 0.5 PPR, 2 guys, Mike Williams, Claypool, Gallup. I'll go Gallup and Mike Williams.
Damn, man, this is crazy, but I'm gonna go Claypool over Mike Williams right now.
Okay.
The Bengals been good.
Robert said, would you play Ayuk over Scary Terry this week? I think I will, as long as Debo doesn't play.
Yep, I agree.
T-Money, what up, bro? Schultz tonight or bench him for Foster Moreau? I think I'm going Schultz.
I'm going to go Foster Moreau. The Washington gives up booty to the tight end position. They just did it on Monday to Gerald Everett. They gave up like 60 yards and some catches and a touchdown. So I'm going Foster Moreau.
I got a good one for you. Foster Moreau or TJ Hawkinson?
I'm going Foster Moreau.
All right, and I got to pick up Foster Moreau right now, but I'm doing it. Locked him in. All right, and AK, what up? Gordon's not practicing on Thursday. Nope, we talked about it earlier. He is 50-50 to play. Triple X Lex, my college I work at was offering students and staff $250 to get a vaccine. Damn. And Nick Tab, Minnesota or Philly D. I think I'm going to go Philly. They've been a little bit more solid, and this is assuming that Barr and Kendricks don't play. Neither one of them practiced today, so it's not really looking good for the Minnesota D right now. And Robert said pick 2, Saquon, James Conner, Ayuk. I'm going James Conner and Ayuk. Hill or Stafford? Come on, Sean. We're going Stafford. Let's go.
Yeah. Stafford's coming up a big game. Why are people tripping?
Yeah, because they lost. And I'm an island boy said, LOL, Hustler's going to say, let me set your lineup. But here we go. Sanders or Connor, DK or Smith, and then Pitts or Logan. I'm going Connor.
Yep.
I'm going Smith.
Yep.
And I'm going Logan Thomas.
Yeah, I'm not fooling with Pitts.
Yeah, not if you got a guy like Logan Thomas who got a lot of targets last week and the bullshit touchdown that got called back when it was a touchdown.
It's old man Logan, bro. Wolverine.
Hell yeah. Jeff C. Would you start Gallup tonight? My other wide receivers are McLaurin, Renfro, Sutton, and Van Jefferson Jr. It says Jefferson Jr., but yeah, Van Jefferson Jr. Pick 2 in a flex.
I'm starting Gallup.
Yeah, me too. I'm starting Gallup and McLaurin.
Yep.
Damn, and then so I don't want any part of Sutton this week versus the Chargers. I think I'm going Van Jefferson over Renfro.
Oh man, that one. I mean, maybe I like Van Jefferson, but it's like, man, you need him to get the big one, but because that they might not be too competitive. Maybe I go Renfro. That's a game that low key could like shoot out or at least have a lot of fantasy implications.
And Leroy said, "Thank you. We're good. Let's get a couple more of these before we get out of here." And Jake said, "Sup, fellas? Taysom or Russ Wilson?" Russ. Jeff, if Gordon is out this week, I'll need to pick up a running back if that's all that's left. Hines, Wilson Jr., Burkhead, Jefferson, Bernard. Who would you get? I just hope Gordon plays.
Damn. I mean, because Hines is like a he's a change of pace, negative game script guy. He's the best running back out that group. You know what? I'm gonna take Jefferson because he's probably at least gonna get 8 to 10 carries for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'm going Jameer Jefferson here. That's who we're talking about, right? I'm assuming so.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
And Don said Burrow or Wentz. I think I'm going Wentz.
Burrow. Oh shit, they're playing. They're playing. You know what? I'm going Burrow. They're playing the Chargers. I like this one. I'm going Burrow.
And Chase said, got a tough one here. Do I start Wilson again, or should I stream Wentz or Taysom Hill? I'll play Wentz.
Yeah, I'll play Wentz over Wilson.
I'm an island boy. Might as well ask for the defense who to play, Vikings or the Dolphins. I'm going Dolphins.
And you know what? You could probably feel good about just rocking with the Dolphins the rest of the way.
Except for week 14 when their bye is. That's the only time you can't play.
But I would hold on to them in that case as well. You know what I mean? Like they're putting up points for for a fantasy DST.
And Elver said Moreau, Muth, Logan Thomas, and then also Javante with no Gordon or Barkley. Thanks, guys. I'm going Freiermuth, and I'm going Javante. I think I'll go Javante whether Gordon plays or not.
Yeah.
Mr. Grapefruit, start Ronald Jones or who, Kenny of the Vikes. Dang, I mean, we're really deep diving there. I don't even know who that is.
I'll just go with the first guy because I don't know who Kenny is.
Yeah. And Triple X Lex, pick up Foster and play him over Hawk. Yep, that's what I did. And Sir Bong's a lot. My employer gave 204 hours of pay for each vac shot. Tyson Meats. Makes sense. Leroy said, just curious, what's up with the Washington kicker's hammy? He's on IR. Got put on IR this week. And Dannon said McLaurin, Renfro, Jamal Williams. Pick 2. I'll go McLaurin and Williams.
Change the diaper.
And Mark said, I got Zeke and Pollard. I'm thinking of not playing both. I normally play Zeke and Eckler and use Mitchell in the flex. I can go Eck and Mitchell and use Renfro in the flex. So, wait, so I'm a little confused on this. I don't play Zeke. Normally play Zeke and Eckler and use Mitchell in the flex. So it's tough, but I think I'm going to play Pollard over Zeke. I just think Pollard's going to get more work. It's really tough. It is really tough. And CA Oxide, there's not a chance I start Ingram over Saquon. Nah, I'm starting Saquon. And Najee or Eli, right? That one's tough, man, because Elijah Mitchell, I mean, he balled last week. I think I'm still going to go Najee, though. AK, Renfro, Coleman, Singletary, Sony, OBJ for standard. Also, folks, knee was limited in practice. Is that worrisome? I mean, being limited is different than not playing. So Friday is really the most important one. Out of all these right now, I think I'm going Renfro out of everyone here. All right. And who else we got? Jeff. Awesome, guys. Thanks. Smoke up. Hell yeah. We'll smoke one on the way out of here. And I'm an Island Boy. I said, thanks, my guys. Hell yeah. Alex said Boston Scott and Mark Ingram. I guess we'll go Mark Ingram because Sanders is practicing in full. He's the punt returner, but no Cook. Okay. Oh, Madison and Kane. Okay. Those are the backups for him. I mean, I don't even really I'm not even really scouting kick returns, like that. But, I mean, the way that they used Ronald Jones last week, I think I'm just going him. And Nick Tab said, how you feeling about Damien Harris this week? I know they're playing the Bills, but I have a good feeling about the Pats this week. I think they're going to be running the ball a lot. I think Harris will be okay. A little bit nervous, more of a low-end RB2, more of a flex guy. That RB2/3, that's what it is. And Donnie said, what up? And said, would you double dip on Lamb and Gallup tonight? And you talking about on Super Draft Pro, or are you just talking about in your in a redraft league? I probably wouldn't double dip. I probably wouldn't. Yeah, I'm going CD for sure. Hell yeah. And Sean said IDP, Grenard or Lawrence tonight. Go Grenard. Lawrence is going to be on limited snaps. Yeah, both tight ends out for New Orleans. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much Lawrence they're going to need him to play. That's the thing. I mean, if he comes in and gets 2 sacks, I mean, I'll feel bad that I recommended, sitting him, but he's not going to play that many snaps tonight. They just probably won't need to push it. So I'm just going to go say Grenard. And Don said Van Jefferson or Cooks. So Cooks didn't practice today. I'm going to say Cooks as of right now, but you know how it goes, Don. I refuse. I reserve the right to change my answer if more news comes up. And Francisco said, you doing a Q&A later today? Yeah, it's going to be about 4 o'clock. We're going to be getting started. It's like an hour and a half-ish. Logan Thomas was limited again today. Yeah, I mean, him and Antonio Gibson were limited today. Should be okay. I mean, really, Friday is going to be the most important. Oh, Donnie said, no, not on Super Draft Pro. I'm getting thin in the Guillotine League. Yeah, bro, it is tough. I got to get ready to set all my lineups right now. I'm not opposed to it. I'm really not opposed to it. Saints have a tough run D. We know they're going to be throwing it a lot. I'm not opposed to it. But it all depends on your options, though, because you didn't tell me about the other options, that you'd be sitting, him for. But yeah, I mean, Gallup should be all right tonight. Mike S, what up? Start Mark Ingram over Zeke tonight or UCEH? I'll just start Zeke. I'll start Zeke. Francisco said most of my questions will be Amari Cooper or someone else. Yep. I'll be there, bro. We'll be there. And hell yeah, we're about to get up out of here. Appreciate all you guys hanging out with us for fantasy news today. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. We got the live streams coming in there. And Tom said tonight a members only Q&A. It's going to be the last half an hour. That's going to be the members only and Patreon Q&A. Other than that, everyone will be invited from when we start. So probably like the first like 40-45 minutes are going to be everyone, and then just right at the end we're going to turn the members only chat on there for YouTube. So I appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys back in a little bit. Thanks for always coming through, Team Money. And Donnie, I'll hit you up later, vid bro. Hell yeah, man. Talk to you later, Donnie. Peace out, everyone.